Record. Okay. 1, 2. Help. Help? What did I say help for? I don't know why I said help then.
Help. Put that at the beginning. That's too good not to go in.
I think I will.
I hope you were recording with that, because that's great.
Yeah, dear.
There's something in your soul asking someone for help, dude. Something's crying out inside you.
Similar to that Freudian slip from last episode. There's something inside that wants help with something. Maybe it's my internal organs, and I'll get into that. Anyway.
The following podcast is recommended for mature audiences only. The following podcast is recommended for adults only. Maturity is not a requirement.
Hello and welcome to Bay Bloodstock, a podcast about Bloodstock Festival, music and the industry, and all other aspects related to rock. He's gone. Where have you gone? You weren't drinking when I said that, weren't you?
No.
And all other aspects related to rock and heavy metal. This episode, Simon is talking to us all about his time at Bloodstock Festival 2024. Which he just got back from only a few days ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't too long ago. Yeah.
So, as always, I am Adam, and I'm here with Simon. How you doing, my man?
Hello, and good day to you, sir, on this Bloodstock only podcast. Nice to talk to you. We won't start that again, but we do only exclusively do Bloodstock content from here out, guys. So sorry, no more download. It's all about Bloodstock now.
Cool. Yeah, fine with that. Excellent. How you doing? How have you been the last couple of weeks other than Bloodstock?
Good. Yeah, good. Baby update for everyone. We're like 4 weeks out now. But the baby's moving down, which I'm sure some of you know that have babies. That means at some point he won't come out. So we don't know when that's going to happen, but it might be soon. Vicky's getting a bit panicky because I'm predicting it to be in the next couple of weeks. I don't think she's physically ready for it. I'm not sure if she's mentally ready for it, but yeah, it's all going to be fine.
Just take some time just to sit in silence for a bit.
Yeah,
just admire the room and admire the silence.
Just mellow. But no, I think she's looking forward to just going off for maternity leave. I think work's been quite stressful, so she's looking forward to that. I am looking forward to a month off of work. I know we're obviously going to have a baby to take care of, but man, I cannot wait. I don't think since I've been since I've been working constantly, I had jobs on and off as a teenager. So probably since I want to say 2011, I've obviously never had a month off of work before. So yeah, it's going to be quite refreshing and a nice little experience as well. So I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, nice. And I don't know whether it's going to come in a week, 2 weeks, a month. I still have no idea, obviously, when this guy's going to pop out.
Yeah. Hopefully soon then. But yeah, you saying that I've had loads of month-long sicknesses. I would say not holiday I've had two babies, but I break easily. I really do. I've broken legs. I've broken a bone foot.
You do break easily. You do.
I had to shield through COVID. So I mean, I've been a postie almost 12 years. It'll be 12 years this October. I've probably worked 10 of them.
He's falling apart. That's what's happening, people. He's falling apart.
But yeah, I was going to say, when we had our first one, Soren, I said to you just before coming on, I'd broken my leg in the September. Well, I fractured my fibula, I think it was, in the September, and Soren came early November, and my cast was due to come off 9 days before his due date.
Oh.
So Kelly was getting a bit worried about that. And
yeah,
she was like,
not surprised.
Am I going to be driving myself to the hospital if he comes and you've got a foot, leg in cast still?
Driving herself there and back as well, because you can't drive.
But I had that off. I was still hobbling around a little bit because it was still a little bit painful, but it was healed. So we were hobbling around the hospital, sort of running around work, kind of trying to run around for her, but not being able to run at all.
No.
Or walk, sort of limping around at a fast pace.
Still, though, fair play to you. Still trying your best to get around.
Yeah. But yeah, so, I mean, well, that's coming up to 7 years ago now, but I ended up having 2 months off after that. I didn't go back until after New Year.
Wow.
Because of my leg. So I had 2 months off when Soren was born. But yeah, the first week we spent going back. I mean, she was in hospital for a couple of days after. And then we spent a few days going back to hospital and having people around checking his weight and everything, health visitors. And it got to the end of 2 weeks and I was like, this is not long enough. This has just flown by. She still needs help, like around the house and stuff. How do people do this? Is 4 weeks the standard now?
No, it's because I worked there for 7 years. I've earned 4 weeks, fully paid as well. So I'm very lucky when it comes to that. So yeah, I've earned it. I think the statutory is 2 weeks, I believe. I think you only get a week fully paid, and then you get a government statutory bit for the second one, as far as I'm aware. But it's all dependent on where you work and who. How long you've been there, I guess. Yeah.
But yeah, like 2 weeks is not long enough. When Nova came along, I was shielding, like I said, from COVID, so I had a few months off with her as well.
Yeah.
So I never had to do just the 2 weeks.
Bloody hell.
It was all right. I did all right.
Yeah, you got all right. You done pretty well. You timed those well, didn't you?
I did. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I remember when I had to get them because I fractured my fibula at work. I just rolled it on rolled my ankle on somebody's path, but it was coming down from a step, so all my weight was on that foot.
Ooh.
And then I sort of crawled my way onto the path and had to get a manager to come out and get me and take me to the hospital. And he left me there. I had to phone Kelly and say, can you come to the hospital after work? I think I've broken my leg. She was heavily pregnant at the time. She was like, you what? She came to the hospital and I was just sat there in a wheelchair.
Come and rescue me, please.
Yeah. Oh, good times. That was, yeah. I've done all right for
you've done well.
Sickness. But, yeah. I might have a little something growing inside of me.
Oh, Jesus.
I may or may not have food poisoning.
Oh, how? What?
Well,
what?
I cooked a chicken for tea tonight, and I got it out. It was meant to have 135 minutes, hour and 35. Got out hour and 40, and some of the leg bits were still pink. But I know those bits are dark meat anyway. I was absolutely certain that they were cooked, but there was a little part of me when it was like.
How long had it been in there? Hour 40 for
an hour and 40.
On what temperature?
180.
Oh, so no worries.
I know it would have been, but because it was pink and not like the brownish kind of color that it normally goes, I was like, I don't know if I should be eating this. No, so I didn't give any to the kids, but it was the right texture as well.
Yeah.
But I was picking up a little pink bits, going, feels cooked, tastes cooked.
You'd be
but
fine,
there's still a tiny part of me that's like, what if it was undercooked and I'm just eating it just to check if it's fine.
Honestly,
yeah,
on that temperature
I know
for that long, yeah, it's all good.
Yeah,
just in your mind, you're like, this doesn't look so good.
No, but it was funny. I thought it'd be a funny thing to say. Otherwise, I'm pretty good. I'm doing all right. Got some news. I have released the shop. Opened the shop.
God.
Oh my God. Last night, yes, I opened the shop. You can find all of our Bloodstock merchandise in there. We got festival wristbands for Bloodstock.
Patches for Bloodstock and T-shirts. Yep. All Bloodstock branded only. Yeah. Go and grab them now.
Yeah, you see this cool emblem we've got? That's a capital B on its side.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. God, I never realised. Deep.
No, all joking aside. Yes, so I said last episode that I've been meaning to release, or not release, I don't know why I keep saying that, open the shop up or get it ready. But we had to be a business because we're going through Big Cartel, which I know a few people use. But they wanted us to be a business and they wanted to have our company number, or business number, or whatever.
Yeah.
I was trying to do that before download, and I was like, this is too much for me to deal with at the moment. I'll deal with it another time. And it's taken until now to actually get around to do it. And it felt good. And we got our first order only about an hour and a half ago. So,
woo!
Yeah, it's looking good. But
Yeah.
we are very low on stock of T-shirts. Very, very low.
That's good, isn't it? Then we can just get some other ones.
Yeah. Well, I say very low. We've got about 20 left, which sounds fine. But 11 of those are extra large. We got 3 double extra large, 3 large, and 3 medium. So I'm like, one of those, probably the large, is going to sell out immediately, and it'll be when you click a link or see something you really like, and you go to it, and it's not in your size. As trainers, you get that a lot, don't you? Like, oh yeah, I really like those. Size 10.
I get it with T-shirts as well. I go into the sale on like Impericon, and I go into the sales section. I'm like, oh, that T-shirt's badass. Only in a fucking small. Bastards.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Well, our small sold out immediately.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
so either we've got really skinny blokes or or women. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah. Well, we only got 2 of them because that's what was recommended. I think Kelly wanted one, Vicky wanted one.
Yeah.
So Kelly gave Vicky hers.
Oh yeah.
And it was the first T-shirt to sell actually.
Nice.
A small one. So next time we get some in, we will be changing the allocation of what sizes we get. I think
definitely
just a little bit, not too much.
But yeah, T-shirt's cool as hell. So I recommend that you go and buy it. Like, there's not many more coming, and then we'll get another order. So get your T-shirts.
I've already got an idea of the next design that I want to get.
Okay.
And I want to get it on a hoodie, not just a T-shirt this time. So I want to do like a big sale or get it in for around October. So what we are now? August,
September,
October to November. Because that seems too soon. Because I know what I'm like. So yeah, when we put in that order for the other hoodies, we should hopefully be able to get another batch of T-shirts in there. I don't think there's much point in getting some more in there. We leave them as sold out for a little bit and let people go, oh, I really want that.
Really?
Get some. When you get some more in,
have some now and then activate.
But yes, so we got cool things coming in. Lots of cool ideas. Go to the shop and buy stuff.
Yeah,
go and buy stuff.
Buy it, baby.
But yeah. Oh, so if there's anybody who does want to buy anything, and you, because we've been selling on Discord for a little while. But some people might not be following us on Facebook or Instagram or anything, so they might not have seen it. So if for those people, I will put in the episode description, there'll be our Linktree, and you can find the shop through the Linktree. The description should go to every different podcast platform, so it should work for everything, whatever you're listening to this on.
Awesome.
Cool. Everything's going well at the moment. I have managed. Oh yeah. I was also going to say I've managed to do a lot of stuff for the podcast this last couple of weeks. You probably noticed. I think a lot of people probably have noticed. I've been quite active in the Discord as well. After last episode, saying that I've really struggled to actually get started to doing anything.
Motivation, yeah.
Yeah. But I just wanted to say here. I think just saying it, just talking about it, gave me that kick up the ass that I needed to go, do you know what? You need to do this.
You need to do that. You need to move your ass.
Just start doing it. You'll be fine. Don't worry.
Yeah.
And that's all it was, just talking about it. And, I just wanted to say that here because I know a lot of people go through a lot of other stuff. And, sometimes it can feel like you're alone. And I just wanted to point out that just talking about it got me to do stuff like that. Do stuff for the podcast.
It's a good motivator if you just talk to someone. I feel like that's the way you can just motivate yourself. Talking to you for the last couple of years has motivated me to do loads of shit I would have never. I don't think I would have been as active on YouTube if we didn't do the podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I feel like one motivates me to do the other. Like I couldn't have done last year where I'd done a video every week. I don't think I could have done that if me and you weren't talking all the time about, all the stuff we talk about and then talking about, oh yeah, we're doing this, we're doing that, blah, blah, blah. I'm not sure it would have given me the incentive to be able to do it.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Good. We need to be sponsored by BetterHelp so we can tell people to
I was trying to think of that earlier.
Go and talk to someone, if you need to.
I wanted to say that better and say, and that brings me to This week's sponsor is BetterHelp. And I said, no, we're not sponsored by them. Damn it! Oh, I couldn't remember it, so I couldn't use that little cool segue that most people, like some people on YouTube, are so smooth with those, but some are cheesily smooth. If cheesily is the real word.
Yeah. Well, because they're reading from a script. That's why.
Yeah.
They already wrote it 20 minutes before. But yeah, I do. Yeah, I don't think anyone should ever underestimate just talking to someone about something. Like, honestly, good positive things and bad things. I always want to tell people positive things. I won't never shut up. But I feel like talking to your mates is always a good way to get over stuff.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I wasn't even talking to you to try and get answers from you or it was just, I got it out of my system by saying it. And then all of a sudden I was fine again. And I was like, yes, let's do this. Let's do this stuff for the podcast. So I actually made a to-do list for myself probably about a month ago for the podcast. And I didn't touch it until about a week ago. So, talk to people. If you feel like there's anything you need to talk to or you want to get out your system or talk to people, do it. It's good for you.
And if you need to talk to like-minded people, we have a fantastic Discord that you can talk to people in. So there you go. There's a good segue for you. So join the Discord if you haven't. I'm sure you're all on there. But it's always kicking off on there. And Oh, and also, oh no, it'll be over. I was going to say last call for the football, but the football would have started by the time this podcast comes out. I was going to say last call for the fantasy league, but it will be too late by the time this comes out.
Yeah, but some people might already have a team and be in a different league, and so they can. I think they can join, and they'll still have the same points.
There you go. If you're in a different league, join. If I think you can, and you can keep your points. So join the league if you haven't. If you haven't joined at all, too late. Or sorry, to quote to quote the opposite version of Fast and Furious, too late, Junior. Do you remember the Too Soon Junior from Fast and Furious in the first one, where the kid in what's he in? He's in like a VW and he's an Audi or some shit, and he's driving against the Asian guy, and he gets ahead really quick, and he goes yes, and then the guy goes to press the NOS, and he just goes too soon, Junior, straight past him. I always think of that when someone does something too early. I always just in my head I have just that too soon, Junior. Don't know why. But too late, Junior, in this case.
I don't have that. I do have that with other quotes, like the Doctor Who quote. I love a little shop. Whenever I'm talking about a shop, that comes to my head. I love a little shop. That's why I sent you the gif of it.
That's great. Love a little shop.
Did you understand the other one? Did you get it? You must have known what it was.
What was the other one again? I can't remember.
It was like
I've got a bad memory.
Adult men looking like Teletubbies.
Oh, yeah.
Just came out of a shop.
Oh, you're good. You're good with the memes. You should post more memes, I think.
I should. But so for anybody else, well, nobody's seen it apart from Simon, but it was a Harry Enfield one where it was teaching aliens to speak English. And it's like, well, this is a tree. This is a car. Tree, car, tree, shop. Going to a shop. They ran to a shop and ran out with a load of stuff. And then when he said shop a bit later on, is that what's this outside the shop? Shop. And they run back in the shop and get a load of stuff. That's about 25, maybe, probably about 25 years old, but I still think of that when I hear the word shop.
It's very good.
Car. It was good. Anyway, we should start talking. We should probably
start to what this whole podcast is for. Play Bloodstock.
Yeah, so something else I was going to say, go back, and I can't remember what you said to lead me to it. Never mind. Anyway,
We'll get to it.
Simon, how was Bloodstock? Give us a general overview.
Very good, as always. I think Bloodstock is a fantastic festival. Not the strongest lineup for me, although there were some gems in there, which we'll get to. But overall, I had fun. It felt weird to leave on the Sunday.
Yes.
Because obviously, I'm sure everyone knows, but I went to Corn on the Sunday rather than staying for the rest of Bloodstock. So that felt quite weird, having Saturday as the last night. But because normally Saturday is like Thursday's mental, Friday's pretty mental, but Saturday is like, I want to make the most of this festival because it's normally the last one of the year. So Saturday, you normally go absolutely insane. And I was drinking water. So it didn't really have the same effect Saturday night this year as it normally does for me at Bloodstock. But yeah, really good. Yeah, felt weird to leave. But I would say in my rankings of Bloodstock, I think it goes 2021, 2021, 2024, 2022, 2023. So it was good, but it wasn't my favourite Bloodstock I've ever been to.
Okay.
But still,
well,
I mean,
we'll hear why.
We're still an overall Bloodstock. I mean, I'm talking, it's still a 7 out of 10. I still had a fantastic time. I still thought it was a great festival. But the lineup didn't push it for me, really. And I missed a couple of bands on Sunday that I really wanted to see. Like I never got to see Carcass, who I've always wanted to see. And I really wanted to see Night Flight Orchestra as well. But I didn't get to see any of those. But yeah, so overall very good. I'll go through now what happened. Although my vlog will already be out by this point. So if you want to watch that, go and check it out. But I will give you a audio description of what happened. Consider this play this over the vlog, and it will be like an audio commentary. Yeah,
and then it will still be going after the vlog finishes, probably.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
I have a question, actually. I saw I could have asked on Facebook earlier when I saw it, but I saw somebody in one of the Bloodstock groups ask about soil work. They said, right, we had Night Flight Orchestra this year. Surely we can get soil work next year. And I was like, I have no idea what those two bands have in common. I don't know why you've put them both in the same sentence. I wasn't sure if there was any or
not that I'm aware of. No, I don't know how those two bands. I would have no idea how they're connected to soil work. Possibly Swedish, or where's soil work from? Like fucking Denmark
Sweden.
Or somewhere weird. Somewhere like that. So I don't know. Two Swedish bands, maybe. That's probably might be the connection. Maybe someone who was in soil work is in Night Flight Orchestra, possibly.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But could be. But I honestly have no idea.
Oh, we're going on that logic. We had As in Hell at Download this year. Surely we can get Raunchy next year.
Yes! Raunchy, come on.
Yeah, cool. I just thought I'd ask that. It intrigued me. And like I said, I could have asked on Facebook when I saw it. I don't really do much on Facebook anymore. But the lineup, before going into it, the lineup looks amazing next year. I am very much considering it.
We'll get into that.
But soil work would do it for me as well. I really, really like soil work.
Definitely.
I haven't listened to them for a while, but yeah.
Oh, stabbing the drama, man. It's fucking awesome. So Thursday. So you can obviously go, I'm sure some of you are aware, some of you aren't. You can go to Bloodstock on the Wednesday if you get an early bird ticket. We decided not to do that. I know people who got accreditations could do that, but we're not going to go down that road this podcast.
The early bird ticket is a bit different, though, isn't it? You actually have to pay to go early. For
yes,
Bloodstock,
you
as far
do.
as I'm aware. Yeah.
Yeah. So a standard ticket would be from Thursday to Sunday. An early bird camping ticket would be from Wednesday to Sunday. So you'd essentially be there as long as you were at download. I've never done it from the Wednesday before. I've always gone to Bloodstock on the Thursday. I'd be interested to do it, but I feel like I drink probably twice to 3 times as much as Bloodstock as I do download. I'm not sure I could do 5 days at Bloodstock. I don't think my body would be able to recover from it. Download's bad enough with all the walk-in. You don't have to do all that walk-in at Bloodstock, but then I feel like you just drink more.
You
so it would
drink
be
more,
yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah, so you definitely do more drinking. But yeah, so turn up on the Thursday morning, met Chids outside in the car park. Then we got into Midgard. I thought that we weren't going to be able to find a space because it looked pretty rammed. Last year, even though I preferred last year's lineup, last year in the campsite seemed a lot more dead when we got there than this year. I think this year is more of a Bloodstock lineup, kind of like Trees with last year and this year. I feel like this year's lineup appealed more to your everyday Bloodstock goer. So it seemed busier this year than it did last year. I mean, I might be wrong on that fact, but it seemed that way to me. It certainly looked it when we came into the campsite. But we managed to get a space in Midgard, which is the campsite we always camp in. I've never gone anywhere else, not because I haven't wanted to, but it kind of seems like the party's in Midgard, but people in the other campsites might tell me different because I did not venture anywhere this year but our own campsite. So normally I like to have a walk around Bloodstock, but I did not do that this year. So,
as far as I'm aware, Serpent's Lair is the equivalent of RIP, is it?
I think so, yeah.
More expensive bit?
Yeah, it's on the other bit on the other side.
Do you know what other campsites there are? Because so they use names instead of the colours.
Yeah, there's Valhalla.
Yeah, New Valhalla.
Yeah, there's a couple. I can't remember their bloody names.
You don't know them? Okay.
I can't remember them.
Yeah.
What other ones are there? I don't know. There's campsites.
Yeah.
The download system is more terrible because they're just colours, but they're actually easier to remember. So yeah, like I've gone to Bloodstock 4 times and I could only name 3 campsites. So it's camp bit. So it says that really.
Yeah.
Colours is just for the dumb people, I guess, but that's how we remember it. I remember blue camp and purple and orange, but I can't remember, I don't know, Frechtenstein or whatever the fuck the next one's called. Some weird shit. But yeah, so it was nice and busy, and then we waited for Stu to arrive, and Stu had stuff pre-saved from Fat Frank's. Yeah. So our tent space was getting smaller and smaller, and we had EB's tent, friend of ours who came, and Stu's tent to go in these 2 gaps, and we were like, shit, okay, I'm going to go to Fat Frank's and get all of Stu's stuff. I didn't realise that he'd fucking ordered about 16 different items.
Yeah, I saw in Chids' vlog.
Yeah, and then I had to carry them all back myself because Chid stayed at the tents to keep the spaces. And I was like stuffing everything in my pockets, on top of my head, fucking under my arms. I did manage to get it there without falling over. They'd ordered like a fucking sleeping bag, I don't know, fucking an airbed, duct tape, a cleaning
kit.
Airbeds
could be heavy on their own.
Yeah, we didn't get the airbed in the end though because I was like, I can't carry it because they pump it up for you, and I was like, I can't take that. So he went back, got that. But then he had a tent, and then you'll see in the video, me and Chids grabbed his tent, and we went, This isn't his tent, is it? And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, hold it. He's like, oh yeah, it's rather small, isn't it? And I was like, the man's like 6'4" or something. How is he going to fit in this tiny little tent? And it was one of those tiny little 2-men tents, but it was nice actually. It did fit him and Georgia, and it looked like a nice little tent actually. So I take it back. Yeah. But on initial inspection, I thought there is no way that man is fitting in this tent. It's just not going to happen. But eventually he did.
He's sponsored by them. It sounds like he got a lot of it for free. Do you know I don't know if he got the tent for free.
I have no idea. I didn't.
Well, so
I think it was
give him a tent for free. It'll be.
I think it was funny though. No, because the comment when I was there is she goes, "Oh, what's your name?" And I went, "Stuart Marlowe," because he sent me a copy of the QR code, obviously, and she's like, "And are you?" Who are you? And I went, I'm Stuart Marlowe. I'm here to pick up a tent. So she scanned. It could have been any old cunt, but I managed to get it. And then she went to the guy next to her. It's the big tent, Dave. So I thought they were going to give me like a giant 4-man Sendero or something, but they gave me this tiny little thing, and apparently that was the big one. Air quotes. Big one. So I don't know if they do a bigger tent than that. I have no idea. Yeah. Probably not at a festival. But yeah, anyway, so I had to grab all of his shit, which is good. And then he turned up, which was nice. Turned up to having his tent already set up by his pals.
Oh, very nice.
What lovely pals we are. To be fair, he was bringing a complete slab of cider that we did help him drink all weekend. So it was paid back, us setting up. Didn't take us long either, to be fair. So we probably owe him money out of that, I'd say. But yeah, and then we literally just sat there and got absolutely wasted. My friend EB turned up, and then we met a couple of other people as well. Alexander Toon came over. We sat with him, and Chids was on one, mate. He was on fire. I won't go into any detail about the things that we were talking about or that anyone done, but we were going to have a bar. We were going to have a. They're just funny. They're just funny things.
Okay. Because you vlogged it, or because
I vlogged some of it. There were
people.
There was a lot I had to cut out of the vlog, especially from a Chid's point of view. I probably cut out about, I'd say, 8 different parts of my vlog that I literally couldn't put in there, because of Chids' behaviour, but it's fine. Literally, if it'll allow me, I'm just working on getting my Patreon up and running now, populating it.
Just about to say that.
There will be, if I can get Chids to let me do it, there will be from every vlog so much Chids shenanigans that I couldn't put on YouTube on my Patreon. It's going to be unreal. Literally, so much stuff. Oh, honestly. All from last year.
Take my money.
All the songs he was singing along with, and he was talking about Kurt Cobain killing himself, blowing his brains out in the greenhouse, all this hilarious stuff. But because of the song was in the background, I couldn't put it in the video.
Right.
But that's what caused Lewis to have a hernia, so it's definitely worth watching. So anyway, so Chids, we were going to have a barbecue, but I forgot my firelighters. So I had this new barbecue and everything set up. I forgot my firelighters and we couldn't light it. And Chids brought a steak and he was so, like, we had coolers, me and Stu. So the steak could have just stayed in there for the evening until tomorrow. It would have been perfectly fine. We cooked. Yeah. I cooked, we had sausages in there for 2 days. Fine. I had bacon in there for 3 days. Fine. Cooked it all. No problem. But for some reason, he was just so annoyed that he couldn't eat the steak there and then. He decided to take the steak out of the packet, put it on the barbecue, have a complete meltdown that you should see on the vlog. He's like, watch it sizzle! He puts it on the barbecue. It's not on. And he then decided to throw the meat around our campsite and then bludgeon it into the ground outside my tent at annoyance at me for not being able to light the barbecue. So when I woke up in the morning, there was literally steak absolutely everywhere outside my tent. So much so that I went, dude, you got to clean this up, man. So he scraped all of this old steak off the floor and put it in the bin the next morning. But anyway, yeah, so Thursday was just getting wasted. We managed to bump into Kieran and Courtney as well of Dippy Donutters. That was great. And then we went to the silent disco and partayed for the evening.
Nice.
So yeah, very, 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 very drunk on Thursday. It was a hell of a lot of fun. I wish I'd filmed more of it. Although there were good bits in the vlog, probably would have been so much more I could have filmed, but I was just so wasted. I was too busy just laughing on my pals to film.
You want to get a thing. You want to get a hat with an attachment for your camera.
Yeah.
And then just like have a button on you at all times, so you can just record.
Oh, that's a great idea.
And then let go of the button to stop recording or something.
I keep on saying I want one vlog where, just to try to see what it's like, right, is I'll get a cameraman, anyone like Alex Perkins, for instance, basically a professional photographer and videographer. I want him to literally follow from the second I wake up till the second I get to bed, document me at a festival every day. So nothing will be missed, because all the funny stuff that happens, I won't have to get my camera out and it won't be too late because someone will be filming it.
Yeah.
That's what I feel I need, because these vlogs are great that I do, but honestly, if I had a record button in my head, I could record through my eyes. There is so much hilarious shit that is missed because you can't have your camera on all the time.
Yeah. And
I feel like some of these things would have taken some of these vlogs over the edge of being like legendary vlogs, rather than really good vlogs, to vlogs where, you're fucking dying in laughter. So it always annoys me that, because I'm like, oh, it's a good vlog. It's funny. It's really good. I enjoy it. But there's so much more. There's so much that we missed that we didn't capture. So yeah. But anyway, yeah, Thursday was great, and the weather was nice as well. It was
was it?
It was just a bit muggy, overcast. The next day was the sort of hot day, the Friday.
I think it was a bit overcast here. Tried to rain a little bit, and I did think, I wonder what it's like up at Bloodstock.
Yeah,
because some places like
nice
flooded. In the middle of last week, didn't they?
Yeah, what the hell, man? Rain. Glad that didn't happen.
Yeah,
it's just because of the time it is, though. It's my fourth Bloodstock. There was one, I think 2021, weather wasn't great. I think it was great for a little while, and then it rained a little bit. But I've never had a wet Bloodstock yet, so thank God for that. So that's always good. But anyway, before I move on to Friday, do you have any questions about Thursday?
What was the silent disco like?
I didn't want to go. I was standing there, And Evie and Stu were like, what do you want to do now? I'm like, I want to stay here and get drunk. And then they were like, come on, man, let's go silent disco. I'm like, no, let's do silent disco tomorrow night, because then tomorrow night you guys are going to want to go to the silent disco again. And I don't want to do silent disco 2 nights in a row.
Yeah.
But they dragged me in. So, and to be fair, we were only in there for about an hour. So it was fine. It was really good. I had a lot of fun. There was a lot more moshing than last year. For some reason. It was a really, really big moshing. It was absolutely rammed in there as well. So, yeah, I had a good time. Yeah, very good.
Nice. I still don't think I would enjoy a silent disco. I don't think I would.
You come to Trees, you will
literally
have the night of your life, I'm telling you.
Okay.
I can guarantee you will.
I'm not going to disagree with that, because I'm not going to be an asshole. I would try it if I came to Trees.
Yes, you definitely should.
I don't think I'd like it, but who knows?
I did not think I would like a silent disco, and I've been to like fucking 50 of the things now.
Yeah.
It's getting out of hand. But yeah, no, it is good. One night, good for me. I can't do any more than that, but that's just me. Then Friday, go on, sorry.
Also, I just want to say, like you said, that you just sat and drank all day. And something I probably should say at the end, but I'm worried that I'll forget about it. But yes, from what I've seen, it's just a lot of shenanigans and a lot of people just doing random stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what we keep saying. Download used to be like, and you said it loads of times. Bloodstock is what Download used to be like. People find their own entertainment. If there's no, like, if we didn't have the District X or the Village, people will find their own entertainment again and just do random stuff. And and it makes me feel good seeing these things that are happening at Bloodstock.
Yeah, Bloodstock's very like that. You know, like you'll see like random costumes. Just people wearing the most random shit. People doing you'll walk past and be like, what on earth is going on? Or people make these like weird art installations outside their tent, and you're like, what the fuck is going on here? So yeah, it does have that old school Download feel, especially when you're in the campsites, because you're like, people are going raggo in the campsites like they used to at Download. So you could, I mean, if you and your mates just decided to walk around like the campsites and talk to people, I guarantee you would probably have the best night ever, because you would bump into the most random, insane. I don't know where these people live, or even if they exist in the real world. I still think that all the people at Bloodstock are some sort of creations from someone's mind. That they're like it's like from the Matrix or 13th Floor. You know, when they go out of Bloodstock, they kind of just disappear into pixels. And then you turn up the next year, and then they just sort of respawn again.
we had this talk a while ago. I own the main character simulation theory, and I'm starting to believe it a bit more. I'm not going to go into it now. Maybe we'll touch upon it towards the end of the episode if we remember. Yeah. But yeah, there was.
If you go to Bloodstock, though, you will believe in this theory, because I'm not sure how any of these people can actually exist in the normal world. So I'm not sure. I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I fucking love everyone at Bloodstock, but I'm just saying some of these people that I've spoken to surely cannot function in a normal society. But somehow they must do. But yeah, it is. You meet some absolutely bonkers people at this festival, which is why it's so great.
But I was going to say one of the best things about it.
Without a doubt. If the music's like I'm saying, this year wasn't even that great for me band wise, but the people and the energy and the sort of vibe at Bloodstock is so good that I would enjoy myself if I didn't watch one band. That's how much of an entertaining, good vibe this festival brings you. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it is just unreal.
Yeah. Some of my best nights, when you're saying about if you just walk around the campsite talking to people, some of my best nights at Download have been when we were doing that, but not when we planned to do it. If you like decide with a few of you, like, we're going to go walk through these tents over here and see who we can find, doesn't usually work. It's when you're just walking around randomly and one group calls you over and you join them, and you see another group next to them, you go, oh, we'll join you as well, and then you end up doing that. Like, when it's planned, it's not as fun, but when it just happens randomly, is the best. And I haven't had that Download for a long time. We'll talk about wanting to go to Bloodstock at the end.
Okay. Okay.
Similar to you said about the lineup. When we talk about the lineup, we'll talk about me going.
Okay, definitely. I love that. I think we better get the elephant out the room straight away before we brown. We did see the corporate commercial version of the bin jousting.
Oh yeah, yes, I forgot about that.
I mean, listen, it was safe. It was safe. Um, it was safe. But at the same time, very terrible. I can see why they done it, but I think, this is going to sound kind of stupid, but the element of someone possibly getting hurt and the sort of anarchistic nature
We're
of
not supposed to be doing this.
Bin jousting, is what makes bin jousting bin jousting.
Yeah.
And this is only coming from someone who's done 4 Bloodstocks. But I get it. I get it. And their version, although I get the idea, I think it was cool the way they done it and everything. It didn't have the same energy. It didn't have the same sort of spirit where you're like, fuck yeah, man, we found these bins and we're gonna fucking shoot these bins into each other while 2 people on the top fight. It's gonna be amazing. And then you get a crowd and everyone's just a bit rowdy. It was kind of just like, go, and then it was like this, and then oh, was that it? Oh, okay. I literally watched 2 jousts and then walked off and did not watch anything the whole weekend. I was like, I can see why they've done it.
Yeah,
I understand that, but totally. But it was pretty pathetic. And I don't think bin jousting will ever happen again at Bloodstock because they've now changed all the metal bins to plastic bins. So
have they? Okay.
They've seen ways of getting us out of it, and that's what people were saying. I can't remember if it was Stu or Chids that said to me, getting it to be corporate is their way of killing it. So they've done this on purpose. They've done this to kill bin jousting, so to make it so lame that people don't want to bin joust anymore. So I can see the thought process behind it. But
I can't imagine that being the case. Maybe it is. I don't know. But I've listened to podcasts with some of the organisers. Adam Gregory, I think, was on. It might have been even from Ready to Mosh's podcast. But he was basically saying, like, it's so dangerous. We cannot allow it to go on.
No, I get that totally. Yeah.
But then last year when they didn't allow it, but they had the inflatable stuff, they were probably even like, this is lame. This is not how we thought. So we've got to do something so they get the bin jousting back. But then it didn't. Obviously, they've probably seen how lame it was, but they're like, we can't allow normal bin jousting. No.
I get that. I just think that bin jousting's time is done. So I'm sorry, but if you come to Bloodstock now, you will only hear about the memories of bin jousting. But when you say that it was the plan to kill it with the corporate all along, to me that sounds a bit like a conspiracy. Sometimes conspiracies are true. That's all I can say. I don't know, but you never know. But anyway, it just we didn't have the same flair, didn't have the same sort of experience. It wasn't good. So I don't know what they're going to do next year. I have a feeling they're just going to have that again. And I think eventually it will just peter out and they'll just go, there you go, bin jousting's done. Which is fine.
Also,
don't have to have it.
The bins were sponsored by Fat Franks as well, weren't they?
Yeah,
written all over them. I just want to say I called this one. Is that what you just said? You called it. Called it. Oh, I called it. Well, I said maybe not this early, but I said by 2030 or something, everyone will have like you spend all year and bring your own bins. A bit like Robot Wars, and seeing those Fat Franks on them, I was like, you're getting it sponsored, but it won't be long until people are bringing their own bins.
Yeah, I like that. Like racing cars, but they're all sponsored and they've got like loads of stickers all over them.
Yeah, and weapons.
Fucking awesome.
The buzzsaw,
weapons,
flamethrower, Matilda.
Cool.
We would have our emblem on the front of it on both sides.
Oh my god, yes. We could say do this. If only Robot Wars was still a thing, we could get in. Is it a thing?
No, in the bin, on the bins.
Yeah.
We have our emblem on the bins.
But is Robot Wars a thing?
Oh, I don't know.
It might be.
It might be.
Who's messaging?
Anyway.
So anyway, we're done with that. It was terrible. Move on to the Friday. The Friday, baby. and there were 2 bands I really wanted to see, and one band I know I was going to see, and another band I got convinced to see.
Right.
So this was an interesting day.
Okay.
So I woke up, cooked some bacon, got a few beers in us, and then we thought, right, what's the first band we're going to go in for? So we decided not to go in early because there wasn't really anything that we wanted to see. So we thought we'd just get tanked again, which we did. And then we went in for Hatebreed, which was awesome. Very, very good.
Yeah.
There were quite a few Hatebreed songs that I liked quite a lot. But yeah, they were excellent. They put on a great show. He sounded great. God, he's lost so much weight. I didn't even think it was the same person. I was like, my God, he's so skinny. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I remember him being a bit of a slab, but no, he's super skinny now. Really long hair and long beard as well. Look completely different. But they were great. Put on a great show, like a best of set pretty much. It was their 30th anniversary, so they were going for it. That was great. And then I knew we would watch Clutch because after Clutch, they were going to do the announcement for next year's Bloodstock. And I know that Chids is a massive Clutch fan. So we sat down and watched them. But I'm not a big Clutch fan, but the riffs and everything were great. So we just sat there drinking beers, just chatting to each other, banging our heads. Just, it was really great. Friday was really cool. So we watched Clutch. That was great. And then, of course, the announcement happened. Do you want to talk about that at the end or now? Or
let's talk about
it at the end.
Unless you are 100% certain we'll remember to talk about it at the end.
Well, I've only got to go to Saturday anyway because I didn't stay there for the rest of it. So we'll do it at the end. Yeah, okay. And then, of course, Friday's headliner was Opeth. I like a lot of Opeth stuff. Sound-wise, they sound great live. Not the most thrilling thing you'll ever see in your life.
Okay.
So musically fantastic, sounded great. But to the ears, beautiful, amazing. To the eyes, not really that thrilling. I think you would have actually been better if watching Opeth, you just closed your eyes. Because musically, obviously, absolutely fucking fantastic. Stage-wise, they haven't really got much going. They just play their songs, which is fine because they're a fucking prog band. What else are they going to do? So Opeth, the maths are just going to show you all they show you all the work. That is a prog band, isn't it? You know, like when you do a sum, that's like a metal band. But then if you show the workings out, that's a prog band. That's a great analogy for what it is. Yeah. So just showing you all the workings out. Oh, you bastards. Stop fucking showing off. But yeah, they sounded great, really good. But we left because Igor were headlining the second stage. Now, we listened to Igor for one of the downloads, and they were fucking insane.
Did we?
One of our listens to. Yeah, they did play download.
I remember that.
Yeah, they're fucking mental. And EB is a massive fan. She's got a really very weird taste in music, I would say. She listens to all this extreme everything shit that's just crazy. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's insane. But we were like, Opeth are good. But then she's like, come and watch Igor. So I was like, okay. So me, Ben, Stu. I know, Stu didn't come, did he? No. I think he might have gone somewhere. So it was me, EB, Ben. I think, no, Stu was there. I can't remember anyway, but we were all there. And we got really close, actually, quite close to the stage. And Jesus Christ, I have not been blown away by a band like this since I first saw Sleep Token in 2018.
Okay.
Like, this band absolutely blew me away in every sense of the word. So their music's like, it's like if Aphex Twin did metal, but then you add in weird electronic sort of their sort of stuff and then operatic stuff as well. It's so weird to explain Igor to someone. But yeah, one moment it can be the DJ in the band, just fucking drum and bass. Then the next second it can be the most disgusting riff breakdowns you've ever heard with screaming. The next bit it could be the opera singer literally singing so beautiful that I was nearly gonna fucking cry. Like, it sort of takes you in every direction and then wherever else it can go. But yeah, very interesting, and I loved absolutely every second of it. And now I'm a massive Igor fan because I've just been my eyes have been opened to this whole new world of their fucked up music, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Do you think
go on.
Do you think you would have liked them on digital without seeing them live?
Yeah, I would have liked them.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I think listening to music now, I love it because the live has sort of just dragged me in there, not kicking and screaming, but just dragged me in there. I think it's different when you see a band live and they capture something in you. I think when you listen to their music, that also does the same thing. I'm not sure it works the other way around. It can work the other way around because you can love a band and then see them live and be like, oh my God, this is fantastic. But it does seem to work the other way around with a lot of bands for me. Like that first time I saw Sleep Token in 28, I was literally just like, I have never heard anything like this before because they sound very different to everyone else. So I was just like, what? Wait, why is he playing piano and singing the most beautiful notes I've ever heard? And then 10 seconds later, it's a gent breakdown. You know what I mean? Like, I'd never heard anything like that before. And just like Igor, I've never seen anyone perform anything like this live ever in my life. So it was completely different to, I must have been to, I don't know, fucking who knows, for the last 20 years, I don't know, 1,000 gigs or something fucking stupid like that. I've never seen anything like this live before. Yeah. So it just shows you how insane and different they are. They might be from your neck of the woods as well.
Sweden or
not in this country. Yeah, no, not down south. They might be. Oh no, they're French. Damn, I thought they were your people, but they're not your people.
My people.
They're
that's interesting. I might give them a listen again. Because I think if we did, they definitely weren't on 2024's lineup. I don't think
it was 23 or it was 23 or 22 was
probably
one of those.
22, and we were really early in the podcast at that point. And my horizons hadn't been broadened quite as.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
my vocabulary isn't either apparently. My horizons hadn't broadened as much as they have now. So I'll give them another listen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, even if you aren't a fan of the band, from a musician standpoint, you will definitely appreciate it. You'll be like, what on earth is happening? Yeah, this is fucked up. So that was like, I was stunned. I said to EB, thanks so much for not really making us coming, but saying, do you want to come and watch this? Because I if there was Simon in another universe, I'd feel sorry for him that he didn't see Igor. So I'm one of the lucky ones in my multiverse of Simons that went to the show and didn't do something else. So I'm really glad about it. And then after that,
what are we, a multiverse or a simulation? Well, you make your mind up. We can't be both, surely.
Well, there is, because there's a simulation and then other simulations.
Okay.
So it's like a multiverse of simulations. You don't just you don't run one simulation. You do multiple simulations to get different results.
Yeah. Okay. What boggles my mind.
You do a simulation. You do a simulation
to do more than one.
Well, you do a simulation and then you add an element into that simulation to see how that simulates, and then you would have another simulation that you add a different element into to see how that pans out.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, moving on before this gets too fucking crazy. The philosophies going on is just going to be insane. And then we went on the bumper cars, which was great fun.
Yeah.
As always. And you'll see on my vlog the most hilarious thing happened. So we're driving in the car, smashed into the barrier. I couldn't move. And then this girl on the side of their on the bumper cars went, "Hey, you're Simon Bond." I went, "Yeah." She went, "I watched your channel." I went, "Thanks." Sped off.
That's awesome.
So I was like, what a random time to see me. Like, that was fucking hilarious. And I managed to catch it in the vlog as well, so you'll see it. It's fucking hilarious.
That's cool, man. I'm looking forward to watching it.
Just this girl just like, "Hey, just Simon, hey, how you doing? Bye." Got driven off. I wasn't driving, I was the passenger filming, so I couldn't help that I didn't mean to just drive off from you. EB was driving.
Okay.
I didn't mean to just because I wanted to film, so I had to go with someone that wanted to drive because I couldn't drive and film it.
Yeah.
So I had to be the passenger because I wanted to film.
That makes sense.
But it was good. The footage is hilarious.
Stu said it was, in his vlog, he said it was a lot more painful than he was expecting.
Yeah, it was really. We were chasing him and Alexander, just trying to get him. I was like, "Go on, get him, get him." We were chasing him all over the place. Then we've smashed into him. But it actually really hurt when someone. I forgot. I think it's been a couple of years since I've been on the bumper cars, and when someone hits you, it is like, oh, that actually really hurts. Like they must speed them up for the adults. I don't know.
But the last time I went on one was probably about, I don't know, I want to say 3 years ago with my son. He wanted to go on it, and I was like, all right, why not? We're going together. And someone hit us, and it sort of jolted us both, and it hurt me. But apparently it hurt him too, so it wasn't just me falling apart. Still, it wasn't just me. Yeah, so he wasn't.
Yeah,
very
they are a
happy
bit
at that
rough,
point
aren't
as well.
they?
Yeah,
they're a bit rough when you get hit.
but yeah, I don't remember him hurting that much as well. It's
No.
a Mandalorian effect or whatever it is. Mandela
effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They never used to hurt. They do now.
We definitely do now.
Next
then we
episode
just
will be Adam and Simon do philosophy.
we'll philosophize. And then then we got some brews, went back to the tents. We all chilled for a bit, just chatted. I think we stayed up till like 2 a.m, I think, which is one of the latest I've stayed up at a festival for quite some time. So yeah, and then that's it. Everyone went to bed.
Get used to it.
I know. Well, not I know. And that was it. And then we all went to bed, and then we woke up, and it was Saturday.
You have a hangover?
Do you have any more questions about Friday? No. I was all right. I was a bit sleep deprived, to be honest, and obviously we woke up that morning, and I thought I can't drink as much today because I'm driving to London tomorrow. So I had a few beers Saturday, and then for the last half of Saturday, I was just drinking water. So I was fine. I was just a bit tired because this makes me sound like such an old man, but I am not used to staying up that late at a festival. I think at Download, me and Vicky were probably in bed by, I want to say, 11 or 12 every single night at Download. Yeah. And we probably got about at least 8 or 9 hours sleep. Like that might be better sleep than we get at home that me and Vicky had at Download this year. Like, not even a joke. That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. I was curious because, again, I think in Chid's vlog, he said that he wasn't as hungover as he thought he would be.
No.
But Stu's vlog, he said he was quite hungover.
He looked, Friday morning, he looked pretty rough, to be fair.
Okay,
He looked like we'd done a lot of drinking Thursday. Like, we drank as soon as we got there. We'd been drinking since, like, I don't know, midday till, like, 1 a.m. or however long we drunk for. So I can understand why he would have been feeling rough. But, we had some bacon, get a few rehydration sachets in you. Yeah. You're fine. Couple of beers, good to go.
Nice.
But yes, that was Friday. It was good.
Sorry, you asked if there was any other questions. Were there any other, like, fair rides or anything like that? What sort of was there to do in the evenings?
Well, you got the silent disc. It changes. One night's the silent disco, and then another night's the DJ. Okay. So it goes silent disco DJ, silent disco DJ. They keep there's not many rides there, but they keep all the stalls open till quite late, so you can walk around in the arena to all the stalls quite late. Actually, the bars, the Lemmy's bars open really late in there. So the arena at Bloodstock acts as the arena and what we would call District X or the village.
Right.
So instead of having them as separate units, they literally just close off the main stage bit, and then the rest of it is free roam, really, for you to go anywhere and do anything. Some of the food stalls stay up until quite late as well. Yeah. So they've combined it very well at Bloodstock. I think if you were to come, I think you would be... you'd like the setup, I think. Yeah. You'd be like, I like this. This is good. It feels like there's a lot of energy all the time because it just never stops. The band start, there's energy in there, then the band stop, and then that's where everyone sort of is partying. So unless you're at the tents, but the tents are so close to there, you could just say, oh, let's go back to the tent and have 5 or 6 drinks and then come back in because, you can almost see it from where you're standing.
That's interesting, and it kind of makes sense to use the space that you've got rather than having everything spaced out like Download does. And I'm actually curious now that you've mentioned that because, well, I was a little bit curious anyway. When they actually close the arena after the headliner, because most people just get out of there, don't they?
They do
at Download. Yeah. But me and Kelly were wandering around for a little while after Slipknot last year. Was it last year? Yeah, Slipknot last year. And there was still a lot of people, like, funny enough, down by the Dodgems area and over where sort of the Avalanche stage was. and there was a lot of people just milling around, and no one was telling them to leave or kick them out. So maybe a lot of that stuff does stay open for quite a while after the headliners.
Yeah, it could do, actually. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, download. I don't know, because normally I'm like, let's get the hand out of it, because we've got a fucking half an hour walk now.
Yeah, party and bed to go to.
Party, I got a bed to do. That's what I was doing this year. I wasn't thinking about partying. I was like, babe, I want to go to bed. Yeah, let's go to bed. Come on.
But I don't think I've got any other questions about Friday. It was Friday, wasn't it? We were talking about
yeah.
I'm sure.
And then, I'm sure we got the announcement to talk about as well, which is just insane. So yeah, Saturday came around. Obviously, like I said, we had a few beers in the afternoon. Georgia and Stu were kind of getting on it because they weren't leaving till the next day. But me, Chids, and everyone else had to leave. So me, Alex, Chids, and Elle had to go. So we met up with everyone else, which was nice. And yeah, Chids and Stu done the axe throwing, which was good fun to see. Pretty much how awful they both were. But Stu, sorry mate, but Stu was far worse than Chids was.
He looks like a lumberjack.
I know.
Looks like
you look at him and you think,
axe.
I thought, man, this guy's got some Viking blood in him, or down the line he'll be from Norway or somewhere, because he's a big guy. I could imagine him rushing across the shore and killing Saxons. Do you know what I mean? Like that's how I picture him. I can see that. But obviously in his past life he must have been an arrow man or something, because he was pretty shocking with the axe. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
But it was funny. It was fun to watch them do that, and then they put Stu in the stocks, and then threw a sponge at him, which was great fun, full of water. But he said it was really nice because it wet his hair and it was a boiling hot day.
Yeah.
Then we went to watch Whitechapel, which was good but extremely boring.
Right.
I don't know how that can be good if it's boring. Some of the riffs were... I'm not a Whitechapel fan. Like, some of it was good, but it was a very boring performance for me. I was like, I'm bored, but I'm just here, so I guess I'll watch it. So they were okay. Then Malev came on, of course. Malevolence absolutely tore the place apart, like Malevolence normally do. Just killed it. Absolutely ripped the whole place just apart. Tried to get a circle pit going around the sound tower.
Yeah.
Didn't quite work because there were too many people with chairs sitting around the sound tower. But they did manage to get one line of people to go around the sound tower. So technically, they did get a circle pit around it. Just not as much of one as they expected to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, played all the classics, loads of stuff from Malicious Intent. Played Higher Place, and everyone sang. It was just great. I mean, my voice by this point had completely gone. So instead of singing Malevolence, I was more screaming Malevolence, trying to sing along, because I was really struggling with my voice. But they were, as always, kind of like Korn. I've never seen a bad Malevolence show, and I've never seen a bad Korn show. So
yeah,
Malevolence are always good. And it's crazy how far in just a couple of years they come, because 2 years ago they played in the tent on the Sophie stage, which is still a big stage. It's really big.
Yeah.
But to go from that to playing on the main stage and getting that many people to go insane is just telling you how far Malevolence are coming. And they did say that they'll be releasing new music in 2025. So
yeah,
I'll be very interested to see what that is. But yeah, you could just see the whole time. Like, I love when you see a band when they genuinely look like they are having the fucking time of their lives. And that's what this band looks like. They literally just look like they're having the best time ever, because that's what they are. They're having the best time ever. And I think that helps with bands. I hate to see when you see people and they're doing what you've always dreamed of doing, and they look fucking miserable. Like, that makes me feel so sick. I would give anything to be on stage playing these festivals. And when you see some of these bands and they look fucking like they want to die, that really upsets me. So it's really cool to see someone as excited as I would be on stage, even though they've played for years and, all that sort of shit. But anyway.
Yeah. I saw, I've seen people complaining about them as well. Not many people. But it's the response from Vicky Hungerford I want to talk about. And she said, like, Malevolence.
Okay. I know nothing about this.
But it was on Facebook. Someone was calling it chav metal. Anything with core at the end is chav metal. So a typical Bloodstock gatekeeper.
Yeah.
But yeah, Vicky's response was like, they've brought Malevolence through the ranks at Bloodstock. I didn't look it up, but it sounded along similar lines of what we talked about. Bring Me the Horizon for Download. They've played all the stages, going from the smallest one, working their way up. From 2006 was their first year there. And so just because Malevolence are all of a sudden popular doesn't mean anything. You know, they've played Bloodstock loads, so why shouldn't they play now they're popular?
I also don't understand what's chavvy about them.
They're not goth screamy all the time, I guess. I didn't understand it. Basically, like I said, basically a gatekeeper who, as soon as something becomes popular, they're not cool anymore. They like only the underground stuff that they can impress people with their knowledge about these underground bands that no one's ever heard of.
Well, he's really not going to like it in 5 or 6 years when they're fucking headlining then, is he?
Yeah.
Really not going to enjoy that.
Who was it? It was Malevolence and somebody else this year. Architects, he was complaining about. Because Chav, like, wasn't it Architects? Wasn't he wearing like a football top as well? You wouldn't expect that at Bloodstock. You'd expect people to be dressed in Viking stuff again. Like,
really? I saw tons of football shirts this weekend.
Obviously, it's changing a little bit from maybe what it used to be, and the old guard gatekeeping about it a little bit. But we know some of the most elitist metalists. I put in inverted commas or whatever, air quotes. I don't believe they're elitist because they believe what they believe, but they see themselves as elitist metalers because they like I said, the underground stuff. Some of those, I forgot more.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, although Bloodstock is very inviting, I feel like out of all the festivals, Bloodstock has the most elitists out of them all. Just because people feel so strongly about metal music.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a great place with all fantastic people, but from a music standpoint, there are a lot of elitists at Bloodstock, no doubt. Yeah. Way more than at Download, because they're all at Bloodstock now. They don't go to Download anymore, because Download isn't a air quotes metal festival anymore. So they all go to Bloodstock, and then they all moan about how not metal that festival is. Sit in a fucking room by yourself. I don't put on Mayhem and shut the fuck up, you stupid idiot.
But I don't want to make Bloodstock sound bad by saying that. We're not being paid to say this. We didn't get anything from them. We're not being paid to say this.
You didn't even get invited.
No. You get that at all festivals or most festivals. People like everyone was like it about Busted this year, and we listened to everyone and was like, if you're worried about Busted, there's bigger problems than Busted if you actually cared. But like I said, so that would be all festivals. We're not just dunking on. I don't know why I said dunking.
No, of course not. We're not dunking on them.
But I did think earlier, you don't get people see someone like fucking Sum 41 playing. You don't get people who do go to Slam Dunk and go, why have they got Sum 41? They're a Slam Dunk band.
Yeah, it's true.
You don't get that.
That is weird. That is, yeah, I get that totally.
Yeah.
It's like opposite ends of the scale, but you'd think it would be exactly the same.
Yeah.
Because it's the same sort of gatekeeping, but two different ways.
Yeah.
But you're right. It doesn't happen there. It just seems to be metal. I think metal just has a lot, doesn't it, in the community? But well.
Oh, well, anyway.
It's the loud minority, as we always say, anyway. But anyway, yeah, so Malevolence were great. Bunch of fucking chavs. But yeah, they were fantastic. Really, really, really great as always. I was thoroughly entertained at every second. Then, unfortunately, I was forced to watch some Architects.
Well, they too chavvy for you. I can't believe I did not know he was going to say that. I did not know this is where we were going as I did that little bit. That's hilarious.
So yeah, no, I've said this multiple times. I think I've done a video in like 2021 when I sort of just first started really doing stuff on my channel, and I'd done a video about bands I can't get into.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's anything bad about Architects at all. In fact, some of their riffs are decent, and they got some good parts in the songs. I cannot get into this band, and I couldn't get into them live either. Like they're good, obviously. If I'm being honest, and if you're an Architects fan, I know this is going to piss you off, but they just sound so much like a poor Bring Me the Horizon to me. And you know, Bring Me the Horizon aren't the greatest band in the world. We can all admit that. They have some songs that aren't great, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I don't know. Everything I hear from them just automatically makes me think of Bring Me the Horizon. And I don't know who came first, so I don't know the history of that. But it just sounds to me like, not all of their stuff, but the first couple of songs they played were like reject songs from Sempiternal that didn't quite make it on. That's what it sounded like to me. But hey, I might be wrong anyway. But I'm not going to diss them too much because I think they were good. I enjoyed it. But then I walked off after about 5 or 6 songs and just went for a little walk around, looked in some of the shops, bumped into a few people, chatted for a bit, went back to the tents and went to sleep as I had been drinking water the whole afternoon because I had to drive to London the next morning. Then I woke up on Sunday morning and I got in the car and drove to London. So that is where my Bloodstock story ends, which felt weird because there was still a whole nother day. The weather was really nice. And honestly, when I was in the car, I was thinking, remind me why I done this again. Why am I driving all the way to London to see Korn when Bloodstock is still one of my favourite festivals is still going on?
Yeah.
In the end, it was worth it because Korn were fucking unreal. But in hindsight, I've seen Korn probably 10 plus times. I didn't need to drive all the way to London to see Korn.
Yeah.
I really didn't need to. So, yeah, I just really hope they don't put someone else really good on at Gunnersbury Park next fucking year, because I will be really annoyed. Like, it's been Limp Bizkit and then Korn.
Yeah.
And then, you know, next year they're going to do Slipknot or fucking someone really good, and I'm going to want to drive all the way there again. So,
yeah.
But no, I'm not doing it again next year. I'm staying at Bloodstock the whole time.
Yeah. Well, I've seen Chids has said the same. He's not leaving for another gig. He's staying at Bloodstock the whole time next year.
Yeah, it wasn't a mistake. It was just... No, Stu stayed. It was just me, Stu, not me, Stu, fucking hell. Me, Chids, Elle, and Alex that went from there. Right. So they went back to Alex's. I stayed, and then I packed all my stuff up and then went on Sunday morning.
Oh, did you drive straight from there to London? Did you have all your camping stuff in the car?
Right. I literally drove. I won't bang on about Korn because this is not what this one's about. But I literally left Bloodstock, drove 2.5-3 hours to London.
Yeah.
Got to the hotel, met Chids, had a shower, left the hotel, and was at Korn within about half an hour. So
Nice.
there was literally no time at all. By the time we got there, we were already late and we missed half of Loathe. So I literally showered, got changed, left the hotel straight away, walked to Korn. That's it. And then we were at Korn for the whole rest of the day. Yeah. Because we were already late. And obviously, yeah, it was just a stupid decision, really. I don't know why we decided to go. But quick Korn one. Loathe were good. Wargasm were fucking awful as always. Spirit Box. I don't like Spirit Box, but they were good. Fair play to them. They're doing really, really well. And Korn were fucking fantastic. So, as always. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. Pure best of set. Jonathan Davis didn't speak for like 8 songs. I was like, oh, he's not saying anything. And he went, I am not going to speak tonight. We are going to shut the fuck up and just play songs. And we were all like, fine.
I always thought that about him. And then I'm sure I questioned you about it. And you were like, no, he talks.
He does talk. Yeah, like he might say something. He might be like, yeah, download. And then talk for a minute. But like, it literally took him about 8 songs to say anything outside of the music. Yeah. And then he just said, yeah, you know, thanks for 30 years of Korn. Fucking amazing. Like, you know, we love all of you and stuff. And we never thought we'd be going this long, blah, blah, blah. It was great to hear. And then he went, right, now I'm going to shut the fuck up. And we're just going to play. And they literally played about 25 songs. So they really did try and cram in as much stuff as they possibly could. And they played Faggot. They played Divine. They played Clown. They played so much first album disgusting shit. I haven't heard Divine in ages live. Yeah. So, yeah, blown away by the set that they pulled out of their butts as well.
Nice. Excellent.
So,
let's get back
really good end to the weekend.
Yeah, get back to Bloodstock, because I have some questions and some things to say.
Bloody, yeah. Stocky.
Yeah.
Go.
So you were back to Architects. Like, it's fine to say you don't like them. Like, you're not a fan of them. You didn't. I know we joked about how, I said about the guy and whatever. But yeah, you can say you don't like a band, but don't say they're not good enough for Bloodstock or they shouldn't be at Bloodstock.
Oh no, I would never
not
say
that you would, but yeah, going on what we were saying just before you said it.
Oh yeah, but we understand a little bit of how things work, how it works, how the industry works, why these people are headlining. We understand a little bit. We like to delve a little bit deeper into that sort of stuff and understand, why would Architects be headlining, or they should be headlining, or maybe they shouldn't be headlining. We would understand that. But the normal goer, they would just look at that and go, "Oh, fucking Architects!
Yeah,
fuck, what are they headlining for?" But they won't understand why. I mean, who the fuck else are you going to have headline this festival?
Yeah, I can see people could say they're an odd headliner for Bloodstock. I don't know much about them, but
yeah, I'd say I mean, is it metal? Yes. Is it metal? No. So, well, because their music is metal, but it's not just metal,
right?
So, is it metal? Yes. Is it metal? No. So, technically, they have metal songs. So, should they be headlining? Yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean that's as far as you want to go. I don't know how you want to define what a metal band is in this day and age where genre lines are becoming more blurred and grey than ever. Yeah,
that's true.
Bands, even metal bands, don't just play metal anymore necessarily. So the lines are crossed more than ever.
Yeah.
So,
but I think I'm the same as you. I've never been able to get into Architects. Although there was one song that came on. So you've probably seen it, but we've made like a big communal playlist in the Discord as well. I set it up on Spotify, and anyone can join through the link that I've posted and add whatever you want. So I was listening to that a couple of days ago, and there was an Architect song came on, and I was like, this is actually not bad. I could enjoy this. It might just be that one song. It might be a couple of albums that I'd really like.
Well, I still enjoyed watching them. Like I can really enjoy any music if the band is good, and they are a very good band. So I was like, nodding my head, being like, this is good. I like it.
Yeah.
But I just wouldn't partake in listening to them outside of it, but it was good. I thought they put on a good show.
I'm sure I've seen them 2, maybe 3 times, because they have been a big band for a long time. But I'll never forget there was one time, it was either Download or Sonosphere. I can't remember which one. Might have been Sonosphere. I don't know. Either way. And the singer just didn't seem like a very good frontman. He didn't seem like he had the right charisma. But he was trying. He was really trying, because there was 2 things he said, and I've said this on the podcast before, and I can't remember the second one. And a friend of mine, we were talking to who I work with him. He was there with me, and we spoke about this before, and I couldn't remember the second one, and I remembered it after a couple of days, and I told him, and I said, this is what the other thing was, and now I've forgotten it again. So, if you remember what that second thing was, let me know so I can say it again. But the first thing was, I want everybody on everybody's shoulders. Standing on the stage, like everybody on everybody's shoulders. Like, surely somebody has to be on the floor, right? At least one person. But there was another thing equally as stupid. Or not equally, but you could pick apart it if you were a pedant, and I very much was a pedant. Well, I could still be a little bit of one, but it was funny.
It might have been them, actually, that done something that I found rather cringy. I think it was. I think he was like, "Get your hearts in the air." When they. How do you do it? How do you do it? When they do that.
Oh, they do it upside down, do they?
Wait, I don't know. How do you do it? Oh, that's it. Yeah. So he's like, get your hearts in
wish
the
I
air.
was recording this.
And they were, I couldn't wait. I've never done it before because it's so cringe.
Jacob,
So he was
I hope you
doing
hear
the
that.
heart symbol with his hand like this. It's like, get your hearts in the air. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this is awful. I definitely don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cringy.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was talking about. Like, he's got a certain amount of charisma, but it's not the right type of charisma you need to be in a band.
Well, like it's worked out pretty fucking good so far.
An influencer or something, like a live stream influencer or something like that.
A sad YouTuber.
Yeah.
Sad bastards.
I really want to remember what the other one was because I think it was better than the first one. But anyway, yeah, I might say it next episode. But yeah, I've never been a fan. Although I might try and listen to some more.
Yeah, you should. If you enjoyed it, I would never stop anyone being a fan of anything. I'm just not a fan. But if you like them, more power to you. You crack on.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Bloodstock, very good. Very good. Enjoyed it thoroughly. Wish I didn't leave because I think it would have just added to it being better if I would have got hammered on Saturday because I was having a really good day. Even though I wasn't drunk. I don't need to get drunk, but it just would have been cool to be drinking with everyone. It would have been nice. But oh well.
Yeah.
It's all gravy, baby.
Well, speaking of headliners,
yeah.
next year's headliners.
Well,
Ooh.
As you can see from when you watch my vlog, I was just screaming like a little girl the entire announcement.
I thought you were going to say the opposite then. I thought you were going to say you were really disappointed with it, the way you led into that.
I was screaming, literally scream. Well, I was screaming at very particular bands. So Creeper came up, I was screaming. Then Static X came up, I was screaming. Then Lacuna Coil came up, I was screaming. Then Trivium came up, I was screaming even louder.
Yeah.
Then Machine Head came up, I was screaming even louder. And then Gojira came on, and then my mind was blown at how has this festival got those fucking three headliners is unreal.
Yeah.
Absolutely unreal.
Well, I mean,
mind blown.
Machine Head just headlined. Was it Hellfest they headlined?
Hellfest,
or was something else? Yeah, Hellfest.
It's Hellfest, yeah.
Yeah. So you'd imagine them to be headlining someone like Download. I mean, obviously, we've always said, and we always know, different countries, like different people, so they might be a little bit bigger over there than they are here. Yeah. But still, good going.
Oh, yeah, and I forgot Kubla Khan as well, who are great. Emperor are great as well. Obituary great. There's so much good stuff in this lineup that's just like, oh man, next year is going to be that. I'm telling you right now, next year Bloodstock, you can quote me on this, will sell out.
Yeah, I thought the same. As soon as I saw those headliners, and a lot of the early bird tickets have sold out. VIP is sold out. Camper van, I'm pretty sure, is sold out. Something like that. I agree.
Yeah, next year will be, just from a music standpoint, an absolute blast. Next year will be. Wowza.
I reckon it will sell out by Christmas as well. It will sell out very early.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
I'm predicting next year for it to sell out. I don't see it selling out this year, but I could be wrong on that. I could be very wrong. Definitely not waiting for an accreditation for next year. I'm just fucking buying a ticket.
Yeah.
I'm not missing out on this festival next year because it's just, you can't, looking at that lineup, be like, for the first time ever, Vicky has been like, I might have to come to a couple of days at Bloodstock. So if it's attracting people like Vicky, this will attract literally anyone that listens to heavy music, because people that have never even thought about people that never thought about going to Bloodstock or have never wanted to will look at this lineup now and go, oh shit, I'm going to Bloodstock next year.
Yeah.
So do you know what's also going to be interesting is how the Download lineup's going to look compared to this.
Yeah.
Because that is, and I'm just talking about the headliners, even though the rest of it looks very, very good, the undercard, and that's not even everyone yet. That is probably three of the strongest headliners I've ever seen at a metal festival, let alone Bloodstock.
Yeah.
So, and Gojira are hot at the moment anyway.
Yeah.
Machine Head are always popular, and same with Trivium. They always draw crowds.
Yeah.
So, they've knocked it absolutely out the park, their booking team this year. Wow.
Yeah.
Now has this made you now go, well,
absolutely.
Hold on a minute.
You don't even have to finish that sentence. Absolutely. It's the same thing though. I still have to rely on getting it off of work and having having enough holiday to get off of work and having the money at the time. But it does look. If I can, I will go next year.
Well, it's not half as expensive as download. So if you start yourself a little pot now, maybe you might be able to get a ticket before they sell out, and then you'll just have to work really hard next year and not have any time off.
Don't break any more bones.
Don't break any more bones.
I'm doing loads of overtime every week anyway.
Don't take any random days where you're like, oh, I'm gonna take a Friday off and have a long weekend. No. You are coming to Bloodstock next year. None of that business, please. Okay.
I don't do that anyway. I haven't.
Okay. Well, we never know. Who even knows if you'll be working for Royal Mail next year?
You bastard.
I don't even know. No, I don't mean sacked.
Right.
I mean like you've got another job. So
maybe. Yeah.
You never know.
Might be a full-time YouTuber and I'll get accreditation.
Oh, yeah, you will. I'm certainly not fucking applying as Dear Download next time. I know that for a fucking cert.
But I would, because I don't know. I would, but to go along with your YouTuber, I wouldn't do it solely Dear Download. Especially so if it's sold out, they don't care who's fucking there. Well, they might do. I don't know. But yeah, when I was angry at them, I had some very good points and good arguments to put to them, I thought, but I never wrote it out. I never wrote the sternly worded email that I said I was going to. Anyway.
Oh, well. Yeah, it's okay. We love Bloodstock. And next year looks, I'm sure everyone, I haven't seen anyone that hasn't been extremely positive about this lineup. So I feel like that's good.
If you were to ask me, as someone who doesn't really know what they're talking about Bloodstock, I would say Trivium is an odd headliner for them.
Really?
It's still metal, but it's not like Black and Decker metal, which is what. But we know for a fact festivals change. You know, they're allowed to book bands that are a little bit more mainstream than they normally would. You know, of course they are. It's what I expected, but it's absolutely fine.
I mean, I wouldn't call Trivium mainstream. They don't get played on the radio.
No, that's true. Yeah.
Like Bring Me do.
Yeah.
I think Trivium is. Yeah. I mean, I don't. Gojira have played before. I think Machina have played before. Haven't headlined. I'm not sure if Trivium have played Bloodstock before. Yeah. But they didn't headline, did they?
Yeah.
Before. Yeah. I didn't know because that was like a secret set, but I think they have actually played before properly.
Yeah.
I don't know what year that was. And I'm not sure Trivium have ever played. I might be wrong there, but from my memory, I can't think of them ever playing it. And to come to headline, that'll be huge, dude. Like, oh, man. Singing. I reckon by Saturday, no voice left.
Yeah.
Oh, God, no. I will not be able to be singing any Machine Head songs at all. Because I can tell you right now, by Saturday evening, my voice will be gone.
Is your vlog just going to be an AI voiceover for the rest of it?
Yeah, I'll have to. Yeah, I'll have to just type it. You'll have to get me a chair like Stephen Hawking. I'll have to come in.
I was going to say that's one of those little things you put by your throat when you talk into the thing. But I wasn't sure if that was a bit too much of a thing to say, but you went straight to Stephen Hawking, so...
Sorry.
Fine.
R.I.P. Steve, you legend. But I mean just a computer that I can type stuff out so people can understand what I'm saying. That's what I need.
And also be very intelligent about string theory, right? Very knowledgeable about string theory and space and the universe.
Easy.
Yeah, and you could be the next Stephen Hawking.
I'll be halfway through Trivium Breakdown. I'll be talking to you about gravitational lensing, and you'll be like, "What the fuck's going on?"
I'm starting to understand a little bit more about string theory now, and yeah.
Wow.
Looking at not that much, but I understand what it is now.
Okay.
And how they think that some space is 2D, not 3D.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Now you're getting
crazy.
Into some shit
Anyway,
there.
I still want that space presentation at some point, by the way.
Oh shit. Yeah. We really need to do. We need to do that. We need to do that for the Patreons. I keep
and me
forgetting that we need to do. Yeah, and you obviously, but I mean, like, we need to do the space presentation for the Patreons. They really need to see it.
Yeah.
But it's a basic one. I'm working on a second one now for Vicky.
And
part
awesome.
2. Yeah, so it's more. So the first one's like talking about the solar system, how sort of everything functions, and then the second one is expanding on that, and we're going out into the galaxies and all sorts of shit.
Just something I heard today or a couple of days ago that I don't understand. I didn't look into it. Apparently, the space is, or the universe is, expanding faster than the speed of light. I didn't think anything goes faster than the speed of light, and just blew my mind. And then I forgot about it and didn't look it up. But anyway.
Okay. We'll read more into that next time, shall we?
You heard of the double slit? The double slit experiment or double slit theory? It's not really to do with space. But it's science. What? The double slit experiment. Okay.
Nope.
I can teach you about that. Excellent. We're swap sciences.
And I'll teach you about
Yeah.
I'll teach you about some 36 Crazy Fists.
36 Crazy Fists.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Fucking great band.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Anyway, what are we talking about? We're just going off on one now. Fucking hell. String Theory and 36 Crazy Fists. This is where this podcast has gone. I mean, that's it.
That was just to make Korn not
now.
too out of the ordinary. Bloodstock. If Bloodstock organisers look at this and go, "You talking about Korn during a Bloodstock episode?" And then they hear that and they go, "No, Korn was fine." What the fuck are you talking about space for? A Bloodstock episode. Food.
But that's it.
Did you buy any food there, or did you do any? Was it all cooking like you did at Trees?
Yeah, we've done a lot of cooking, barbecues. Cooked my breakfast in the morning. Like I said, I've got to keep costs down these days.
Yeah.
I bought some. The fuck did I have when I was there? I had some chips. They were nice. I can't remember what else I had.
Too drunk.
I only had one other meal. I had some chips and God, what did I eat? Simon, what did you eat? Oh, and I got a chicken wrap, which was quite nice. Not from the Wrap Shack.
Yeah.
So I only bought 2 bits of food, some chips and a wrap. That was it.
Okay.
Rest of the time, it's much easier at this festival to go back to your tent.
Yeah.
Have some food, have a few drinks, go back in. So. Yeah, again, you find yourself not spending as much as you would at one like Download, where you're sort of trapped in the arena, and you have to spend money. So, I did keep costs down this year, definitely.
What about drinks as well? Is it Lemmy's Bar that's got all of the kegs at the back?
Yeah. So we're in Lemmy's Bar. I normally get like a road crew or anything really. Anything they do at these places is nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got drinks from in there. Just grab those, go sit out in the sun, sit on the grass with your mates, have a good time. Yeah, I thoroughly recommend this festival. It's so much fun. The vibe is so great. They have a little museum. They have little installations. Just everything about this festival is brilliant.
Yeah.
So I would recommend anyone, just for the lineup, but for the vibe alone, try and get a ticket for next year before they sell out.
Before they sell out, yeah.
You will not regret going to this festival, and especially looking at that lineup. Holy shit!
Yeah,
you're going to be blown away.
And I mean, there's obviously more to be added to it as well. A lot more.
Yeah, there doesn't need to be anything else for me. Like there could be a couple more, maybe, but I would go just for this lineup.
Yeah,
I don't need any more bands because this would be enough for me. But to have some other nice little gems in there would be cool.
Yeah, I think there was one quite low down that I would look forward to as well, but I can't remember. Have you got it in front of you?
Yeah, what was it? Breed 77?
Not them.
3 Inches of Blood.
That would be cool.
August Burns Red.
Nope.
Black Dahlia Murder.
Nope.
Lord of the Lost.
Nope.
Cataclysm.
Nope.
All for Metal.
Nope.
Obituary.
Nope.
Me and That Man.
Nope.
Emperor.
Nope.
Shui Su Schwert One.
Probably not.
Whatever the fuck that
Maybe
says.
I'm wrong.
That's it.
Oh, okay.
Just named all of the bands.
Okay.
So
I'm wrong then.
If it's not one of those, then they're not playing.
Maybe it was another one that somebody has requested the last few days, similar to what I said about Soilwork earlier. Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, yeah, there will be some cool bands announced, and of course a new Blood stage.
Oh yeah.
Do you go to any bands from there?
No, I did not this year. Although, fingers crossed, we're going to try and get on to Metal to the Masses with Ashes by Dawn next year. So you never know.
Maybe play it.
I'd love to play Bloodstock in the next couple of years with the band. See if we can win a Metal to the Masses, that would be absolutely fucking fantastic.
Just make sure you don't
but anyway,
call your band anything to do with Download.
Yeah, hi, we're Ashes by Download. Oh shit, wait, you don't want us to play anymore because you don't like money or fans, apparently. Anyway, let's not get on that anymore.
We said we wouldn't do that.
I had to say to people this weekend, I'm like, you do realise we were half joking, right, when we were saying this stuff. So I think people thought that we were being really serious.
Yeah,
I was like, well, we were kind of serious, but we were half joking at the same time when we were saying all these things. Like, it was only a joke.
Yeah.
Like, we don't really care. It's fine.
Yeah.
But I think some people thought we were genuinely really, really annoyed about it.
Okay. So. Yeah, it was difficult. That's why we had to sort of say we have to, we've got to make sure we don't sound like being entitled. It wasn't, they can choose whoever they want for accreditation, but it was the reason why they didn't give it was the annoying thing about it.
Yeah. Responses, the way things were worded was the annoying thing, not what was done. It was the way it was done in. It was like, Jesus Christ.
But yes, okay, so hopefully that cleared it up for some other people that might have thought the same as well. Because, I really didn't know how that was going to come across.
No.
But yeah, like I said, they can choose whoever they want.
Yep. I'm still going to go, so it doesn't fucking matter anyway.
We've still done an episode about it. You're still vlogged it.
Still did an episode about it. Still paid my own hard-earned money to go, so who gives a shit? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was a great time, so yeah.
Cool. I'm glad you said that then, and we could clear that up a little bit if we needed to. We might not need to.
That's it from me. I'm going to hand you back over to the real host of the show.
Cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Adam Cox.
The last time you said that, we were on stage at Download, and I was a bit. Watching that back, I forgot. Well, I'm not ending the show at the minute. I don't know if you were expecting me to, but I've just gone into this. I fucking lost it again. You said that, but I was a bit sort of lost in the moment at the time at Download, and watching that back, because I've forgotten some of the things that we said after, and you said on stage, like, there's a man who's been to every Download, and that man is standing right next to me. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Adam Cox. And I got a massive round of applause, and I didn't even know that was happening at the time. Like, I was so, because it was right at the beginning, and I was so nervous and everything. But watching it back, I was like, they clapped for me. That's awesome. I should have, if I was a bit less nervous, I would probably have acknowledged that and said thank you and everything. But I couldn't believe it at the time. Well, I couldn't believe it when I was watching it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good times.
Yeah. Good times, man. Good times. Hope it happens again.
Yeah.
Go on, Ad. You end the show.
Okay.
Because I'm done.
Oh, you're done. Okay.
I'm done.
That was all the questions I had. And I think that's it for this episode. This episode has flown by.
And next year I won't need to explain stuff to Adam because we'll be reminiscing about the same things because we would have been to the same festival.
Possibly. Yeah, I mean, you're not the first person I've had Alexander Toon tag me in a post with all the bands and said, like, I hope this is this your sort of final.
Yeah, is this enough for you?
Yeah, this is what's going to make you come next year. And like I said, I'll try. I will always say I'll try because Bloodstock sounds amazing. But it's just other things in the way usually.
Oh yeah. Well, if you come to this or Trees, I'll be happy.
Okay.
One or the other, doesn't have to be whichever one, but if you come to just one other festival next year, this or Trees, I will be a happy man.
Yeah, because I did suck watching all the vlogs, and now I'm not there. I was like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it would be better if you were there.
Yeah.
Because I want to see your eyes light up like a little school kid when you go to these other festivals. So it will make me enjoy it more, taking you as like a newbie. Yeah. Because it's been a fucking long time since you've been a newbie at a festival.
It has been, yeah. And Halloween as well, we were meant to play last year and they had to pull out last minute, so maybe they get them back.
Yeah.
Band I've liked for a long time and never seen.
Well, they've done that with Static X because Static X was supposed to play 2 years ago and then they cancelled.
Okay.
So they've done that with Static X, so you never know.
Yeah, and because they've got Static X, that means they should hopefully have Dope. Because the singer of Dope is, I don't know if it's been revealed yet, but everyone kind of knows.
He's Zero. Yeah.
Everyone
knows.
Oh, they do know. Okay.
Everyone knows.
I've not
most people
looked into it. I was just told at work by, I think I was talking about earlier, Uth. That was the theory, because he was making all the masks for it, but they hadn't announced it at that point that it was actually him.
I think people are aware of that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that was the last I looked it up. But yes, I fell in love with Dope about 4 years ago. I'd never heard of them before that, but they were around like early 2000s when they with the rest of the bands. I'd never heard of them until about 4 years ago.
Nice. Well, yeah. Hopefully they get on that lineup as well.
Yeah, and then I listened to all of their stuff, the whole discography on Spotify while I was out working. Yeah, had them on constantly. So yeah, I really like them. So hopefully they'll get them.
Sick.
But yes, I think that's everything. That is time to end the show right there. So we obviously we've talked about Bloodstock this episode. We've talked about all sorts of other things going on in the House of Dear Download, with the shop, with the Discord, with the football. We said about the football. Did we say about the football this episode?
We did.
Yeah. That should be still running.
Yeah, we did.
So what are you doing with your life? Just come and join the Discord. Come and have a chat with us. Come and have a chat with everybody else. It's an amazing community. It really is. You know, like I said, I've been
genuinely is
distant.
Yeah,
I've been in there reading most things since download, but I haven't really said a lot since download. But yeah, I've been active in there again, and it's so cool.
It is. Yeah, it's everyone just makes it such a cool little community, and then you join that, and then when we do the meetup at download next year, we can all have an absolutely fantastic time together, like we did. And I thoroughly enjoyed myself this year. So, yeah.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, it was really good. And there's so much more things than just talking about music. You know, like we got to talk about sports. We talk about wrestling,
movies,
hobbies. Yeah,
hobbies. Literally anything you can think of, we chat about on the Discord.
Yeah, and we've had a few new people recently, actually, who have been very, very active, and that's really nice to see. I think his name was Tom, is one of them, is one of Rob's friends. So yeah, that's really cool. Everyone who's new, thank you for coming in. And everyone who isn't new and not there yet, come over, like we said. That's it. I'm going to stop talking about Discord. What else have we got? We got the Patreon. We're going to say thanks to our Patreons in a minute. But if you want to join our Patreon, you've got a few different things. We've changed it up a little bit. But we've got a few different tiers. You can go in and have a look and have a read. We usually send some merch out to some of the higher tiers. We are going to be getting some new merch in as well, new different items. Lanyards is one cool one that I've been looking at recently. Definitely going to get some lanyards.
Very cool.
Yeah. But yeah, you'll see when you join. So here we are saying thank you to the Patreons. And you remember last episode I asked them to give me some tongue twisters. I think some of them have.
Oh, God, really?
Some of them haven't. Vicky didn't change. Oh, hang on. Vicky explained what hers was supposed to say. I'll see if I can get it to sound right by reading it in a minute.
Okay.
So we have to say a massive thank you to Mike Ferris, Isaac Diesnuts, Liam, Lee Superhuman Newman, Tom West, and Yada Pizza. No, was it? I need a pizza quick, and Malexa Christ crossed. I think she's my legs are crossed. I need a piss quick, and my legs are crossed. I think is what it's meant to sound like. I know I kind of went a bit Irish. I can't really speak Geordie.
You can't speak any type of northern at all. Anything past Bristol is too much north for him.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't even like Bristol. Yeah, it's meant to sound like that, and it's a need a pizza. No, that's Irish again. I'm reading that one again. Come and join the Discord, and you can see what it looks like, and you try read it out and try and see if it sounds right for you. Anyway, Chids Vids, Ethan Brown, Matthew, Southern Softies Suck Soft Spaghetti Slowly, Scott Seeger, Ben Sacconi, Penry the Mild-Mannered Janitor, Witch Switch the Swiss Rich Witches, Wrist Witches. Oh, no, I thought I was doing really well with that one.
I got him.
Witch Switch the Swiss Wristwatches, George Butler, Do Not Feed the Geese, They're Dead, 9 Naughty Northerners Need New Nikes Now, and I Slit the Sheets I Slit. I think I did quite well with them.
Very good.
But I was trying very hard. when I'm just talking normally, because of my big teeth and I don't move my mouth enough, that's when I get stuck on things like Nintendo.
that was incredible.
Yeah, I was ready for those. But yes, okay, that was it. Thank you to those Patreons. Thank you to all of you guys, absolutely amazing Patreons. We got some. Another thing I actually shared the other day. You might not have seen it actually, but there was a video that I sent to you. It was about 13 minutes long before we spoke for the first time ever. I don't know if you remember much about the video, but basically just talking about what I want to do with the podcast or what I'd like to do with the podcast. Oh, no,
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I found that and I thought, we haven't put anything out to these guys for a while. Let's give them that video of what it was like before we'd even ever met, which was quite cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, a little bit of history. I like it.
It's cool.
Cool.
But yeah, I'm going to be putting a few more things out like that. I think we're going to be doing the playlists that we've been putting out. Everyone, we've got a lot of people giving us playlists of bands they want to play it, download, and if any Patreons do it, we will do a little episode about their list. I think that's from the £8 tier and up, I believe. Yeah. We still haven't done one yet, but it's festival season. We're very busy, so that's why I'm putting out a few other little bits for you until we can actually start doing them again.
Yeah, and we will.
But that's it for this episode. So, Simon, would you like to say goodbye to the people? Hang on, I don't know. Goodbye.
Bye.
There we go.
People.
And I would like to say goodbye to the people. Goodbye, people. That sounds awful. Goodbye.